Hey everybody, this is Matt. I'm making this video because I finally got to get my hands on some Dragonstrike Infernus. I am completely broke, but I was able to pick me up some. I got me a pack of Evo-Fury so I can add it to my wall. Up there. I have the packs right there. Anyways, so I wanted to open up some packs, a Dragonstrike Infernus, and a pack of Evo-Fury, and just see what I get. So try to be really particular with the sleeve. I mean, with the back, so I can preserve it on my wall. So I'm just gonna do it. Maybe I should have opened them up already. Sorry, people that are watching. They don't care. They just want to see if I get a super rare. That's what it's all about, right? No, not really for me, but it is. Okay, so the first card is Vectro Scout. 3 for 3,000 Invader. It's interesting because I don't know of many other invaders. It's light, 3 for 3,000. I mean, light could always use other cards that can attack for shields, so that's not so bad. Second card is 2 for 1,000 Eye of the Tide Cyber Virus. It's a cyber virus. Okay, it's not as good as a cyber lord, but cyber viruses, I don't know. I think they're interesting. We've seen a few more of them. Okay, here's a spell. 3 for a Gloom Tomb. Put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard pile, then return a creature from your discard pile to your hand. Wait, okay, okay, gotcha. Well, this is interesting because, uh, you know, the creature you return back to your hand doesn't have to be within the cards that you originally discarded. It just has to be in your discard pile after the 3 discarded cards. I can see that being useful. I mean, it's only costs 3, and you could bring back like a little birdie, one of those dragon birds, and play it on the same turn. I don't know. I mean, discarding 3 cards could be pretty, yeah, but it's dark, and dark has return from somewhere, dark return or something. It has 2 different spells that can return stuff back to your hand, or even put it back in play. And there's that Draco Thane or whatever, the new dragon super rare that's darkness from Dragonstrike Infernus that can put level 4 creatures back into play if you're in discard pile. So I mean, there's ways to bring stuff back. I think it would work better in a deck that has very few spells and a lot of creatures. And he just was, well, no, because you didn't need to wait. You need the spells to bring them back. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But I would say the card's interesting. 3 for 1,000 plus Steel Hammer, Beastkin, yeah, Beastkin, yeah. Powerful attack plus 4,000. Wow. I mean, like, he's 1,000. So it's literally a Kazakami card because whatever you could do with it, he's likely to get KO'd. I mean, or to get banished next turn because he goes back down to a 1,000. But I mean, for a turn 3, which you could possibly get it out on turn 2 with a nature mana acceleration deck. Attacking for 5,000 is pretty powerful. And what's interesting is they just ruled on some rulings, and something I didn't know is these powerful attack abilities they actually stack. So you could possibly play with all kinds of other things and make him like a plus 7,000 powerful attacker. So I don't know. I mean, he's Beastkin, so it's always something you can evolve into Bronze Arm Sabertooth, my favorite card in the game. So let's go on to the next card. I always love to see more Beastkins. Okay, Trial and Error. Okay, it's a 5-cost spell. Draw 3 cards and discard a card, and it's Shield Blast. Shield Blast is awesome. Draw 3 cards, discard a card. It sounds very familiar to, Logo Scan, which is just draw 2 cards. Or the other 4-cost one that just draw 2 cards. But it's a Shield Blast. I think this card has a lot of potential. I think going 1 deeper is very useful. I think it can be more potent than other draw, and it's a shield blast. So I mean, I could definitely see people trying out trial and error. Funny enough. Okay, so great card there. Another spell. 6-cost Ensnare, Shield Blast. Your opponent chooses one of his or her untapped creatures in the battle zone. Put that creature into your opponent's mana zone. I mean, like, what I hate about these things when your opponent gets to choose, they're gonna choose the target you don't want. I mean, unless they have only one untapped creature, but then you're really paying six for something that could possibly be paid for with four. To put a creature of your choosing into the mana zone and your opponent's mana zone. Um, I don't know. I think it's a little bit too expensive. The art's flipping awesome though. Looks like dragons fighting a tree or something. But I think there's better alternatives out there. Oh, it's my rare too. Oh well. I mean, it's better alternative. I don't know what they were thinking with this. I mean, it's a rare. I think it could have been a lot better. But with six, you could probably get it out in turn four with the mana ramp that normally comes with nature decks. And in an aggressive deck, like a dragon deck that has a lot of these little birdies that they just leave untapped. I mean, you could maybe hit one of those with it. I mean, it's all right. I don't know if I'd play it though. Talk about the birdies. Um, 3 cost Nyx. It's a firebird. It's water firebird. Okay. 1000 Dragon Song. You may tap one less mana to summon dragons. Issol's Envoy. Whenever you put a dragon card into the battle zone, you may draw a card. I think it's a pretty great card. The 3 cost is really cheap. 1000 means that it's going to be easy bait to anything, really. So, yeah. But really, it's always I see the little birdies. It's not really like a late game card. It's really an early game card to get out your dragons quicker. Once the dragons are out, I mean, it has some use. I mean, some of them do. Lux has a huge amount of use, but some of these, I mean, this one I think is definitely one you could sacrifice later on. You know, Dude, if we ever get Firebird evolutions, wow, Dragon Firebird deck just go through the roof. But I'm happy to get a Firebird. I mean, you definitely want to get some of these cards if you like dragons. So great card to get. Oh, do double birdie Balua, and this is nature, which is my favorite type. 4 for a 2000, so it's one more, but it's nature, so it doesn't really matter. It's still literally 3 for nature. Yeah, Dragon Song again. Kuragar's Envoy. Each of your dragons can't be blocked by creatures that have less power than it. It's interesting. There's not a lot of super strong blockers. I mean, you have Granger and stuff, but I find that a lot of the blockers that people use are weaker. So I don't know if being unblockable is really that much of an advantage. I mean, you would likely just attack, they would block, you would banish the blocker anyways, even if you were blockable. I do think this card would be a great one for in certain decks, like play one of it just for a late game. Like you're not gonna stop me. I'm gonna go for the game right now, and just play it and be like, nope, bye, boom, game over. Unless you hit like a really unfortunate shield blast. Other than that, I love it. I don't care. It's a Firebird. It's a nature Firebird. So this one will catch all the force on fire, and then this one will just like come in and just like fly over and put it all out. It's perfect. I just think about playing a water nature deck, so these will be cool. So fantastic card. Okay, this is a great card. I was looking to get 3 for 5,000. I love evolutions. That's why I said I wanted this card. Burn Claw the Relentless. It's a Dracon. Evolution. Put on one of your Dracons. Deadly Duo. No, 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 no. When this creature enters the battle zone, search your deck. You may take a creature named Bronca the Treacherous from your deck and put it into the battle zone to shuffle your deck. I think this card is super cool. I could just see it like cascading, You evolve something into Burn Claw. It can evolve into any Dracon, so you don't even have to evolve it into Bronca the Treacherous. You just evolve it into any Dracon, which is already some Dracon evolution support out there. So I think it's cool. You evolve it into that. You go get the Bronca, and then maybe you evolve the Bronca into a Burn Claw and go get another Bronca. I mean, it costs 6 mana, and you're getting out like 2 double. No, he's not a double breaker. Still though, still. I get, yeah, he's not a double break, but he's only 3 cost. I mean, he's super, super cheap, you know. 3 for 5,000, that is really nice. I'm very happy to get that card. I'm going to hold on to the code card just because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to sabotage my chances of getting any new Dragonstrike Infernus cards in the online game. Even though so far it doesn't seem like it's that super important, but okay. Next pack. 6 for 5,000. Blast Forge Dragon. Armor Dragon. Slay Cannon. When this creature enters the battle zone, banish target enemy creature that has power 2,000 or less. I could see this kind of, you know, it's weird to say, but I could kind of see it in like a fire control deck. And I don't know if there's anybody testing that out. But you know, any kind of these things where you get a creature into play, and at the same exact time you're also destroying one of your opponent's creatures, especially with all the birds all over the place. This easily takes out a bird just by coming into play. You know, and your opponent doesn't want to bounce it at any point because then they're just giving you another chance to, you know, destroy something else of theirs. Uh, 6 or 5,000 is all right. You kind of expect a little bit more for a fire creature. It's armored dragon, so it can evolve in all these different dragon evolutions that are, you know, kind of out there now. It's all right. I think it's cool. It's a common. You can't complain about a common, you know. You can't. Another steel hammer. I'm not gonna really go into it, but it's Beastkin. Beast League Beastkin. Woo. Vectro Scout. Another one of those. Already went over it. It's generic. I think we'll see some Invader evolution though sometime. I think so. Okay. I've seen this card. I actually really like this card. 2 for 1,000 Grudge Weaver. It's a blocker. It's darkness, of course. Guard, so it can't attack or anything. But whenever this creature is banished, your opponent chooses and discards a card. Okay, so it's a great early, you know, game blocker. You know that, you know, your opponent has to think about it. You know, they have a small hand. You know, they're thinking, well, if I attack, you know, I'm gonna banish your blocker, but at the same time, I'm gonna lose a card in my hand. It's really, you know, like sometimes your opponent has to think, well, you know, like, well, I mean, if I attack, they're gonna block, and I'm not gonna be able to get to the shield, and then they can attack me on the next turn. But this adds another negative side effect to it that you have to discard a card. I could see people playing 3 of it and just like a total control thing, you know. There's already darkness spells that force your opponent to discard a card. With this card, with fumes, I mean, just like all kinds of things. Discard. Your opponent's not going to have any cards in their hand. And once your opponent has to top deck everything, you really have a nice amount of control over the game. So you know, it's a brain jacker. I think it'd be great if we had some brain jacker evolutions because I love evolutions. But it's a great card. I'm very happy to get that. Another trial and error. It's a cool card. I definitely want to try them out. It's interesting because there's only 55 cards in this set, so there's going to be some duplicates within these 3 packs. Okay, this is a cool card. 4 for 3,000 Enforcer Canyon Skimmer, and I have actually seen people playing this card recently. It's a blocker, 3,000 blocker, skirmisher, so it can only attack creatures, can't swing for a shield. Lock on when this creature enters the battle zone. Tap target enemy creature. What's it like? It's like Blinder Beetle mixed with Star Lantern. I think that's the right association there. Um, I think it's great. You know, I mean, you know, it's an enforcer. For me, that's huge because there's some great enforcer evolutions out there, and it has the cool tap ability. So you get a blocker on the field, and you get to tap one of their creatures. You know, so not only are you becoming more defensive, but now you can go on the offensive as well. It's really, a huge advantage I think you're getting from playing this card on the field. So I'm very happy to get that card. Okay, got another regular rare. It's all right. It's all right. I don't care. Um, 5 for a 7,000 Hornblade Dragon. Okay, so five dragon. Heck, I mean that's the cheapest evolution bait you're gonna get. Um, 5 for a 7,000 Skirmisher can only attack creatures. But I mean, maybe not the best card in the world, but with a nature deck, you could play that on maybe turn 4, and you get a turn 4 out for 7,000. It can go after Bronze Arm Sabretooth. The same exact turn it comes out. I mean, I think it's really interesting, and it's a dragon. It's a cool dragon. I'm not disappointed. Okay, cool. Got another Balua. I'm super happy about this because nature's my favorite type, native civilization. So now I got two of them. Now I just need some dragons. Lucky that. Wow, what a coincidence! I got a nature dragon. Okay, good. Okay, so if I get a 4 mana, and let's say I get a Baloo or something, I could play this like really cheap. Yeah, really really cheap. It's a fantastic combination there. And then here's a new card. 4 for a 3,000 Stomper, Bagash, protected while you have another creature in the battle zone. This creature can't be attacked. This is a really interesting card. I mean, like, really interesting. If it was, I mean, if you can make this unblockable, I could honestly see it being just like Emperor Neuron. Almost maybe even better than Emperor Neuron if you can make it unblockable on a consistent basis. Um, I think it's so great to you don't even have to worry about its power because it can't be attacked. Now it can be blocked, and that's the worrisome part. Because if your opponent has like anything that's a 3,000 or higher blocker, it's gonna kill Bagash. And it's gonna banish Bagash before he can even do anything. But and against an aggressive deck like mono fire, mono nature, or fire nature, or nature fire, or whatever combination of those two civilizations, um, this card would wreak havoc because they would never be able to attack it, and they would have no blockers to block it. So it would just be like you get out a few of those things, and you're just like bing, 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 good game. I mean, seriously, and just like paper theory. So that's a cool card to get. Okay, last pack of Dragonstrike Infernus. I'm just so happy to get some of these cards because everybody's been talking about it, and that's fine. That's fine. The new cards are out. People want to talk about it, and I'm happy they're excited. But at the same exact time, sitting there and being like, that's great, fantastic, so happy for you. It's kind of hard to be enthusiastic about cards that you don't have. So another Grudge Reaver, which is great. I think, like I said, it's a fantastic blocker. Uh, 5 for 4,500 Storm Seeker Skyforce Champion. I guess that gives there's that Skyforce Champion evolution that came in the Evo-Fury structure deck. I still want to find some way to play that because it's so great. Turns all your creatures into blockers, and then like untaps all of your guys at the end of the turn or something like that. It's something weird, but it's like ridiculous. And this card could definitely be it's the cheap. It's like dragons though, but it doesn't have any helpers. But the cheapest evolution bait right now is 5 drop, 5 cost. Stormseeker, Skyforce Champion, Spell Spark. When this creature enters the battle zone, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a spell, put it in your hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I think the other light card that like when you play it, I think it's like Guardian of Light or Spirit of Light or something. One is something like that. But when you play it, you can get a spell card out of your discard pile. At least in your discard pile, you know what's going to be in there. Top of your deck, you may not, unless you use something like Teleport. I think that's what it's called, or something. There's something. There's some water spell that for like 1 or 2, you like to look at the top card of your deck. I don't know if I mean, it's an effect, I guess. 5 for 4,500. You can't be mad about that. It's a cool card. Okay, 4 for 4,000 Copper Locust Megabug. It's Megabug evolution bait, pretty much. Um, 4 could come down on 3, perhaps. So I mean, you could have what I say about this card is that it is consistent. It doesn't have any huge weaknesses because the 4,000 is still pretty decent. That early on, and I mean, yeah, it doesn't have a cool effect or anything, but it's stable. You can't complain that it's stable. Okay, cool. I wanted one of these. I wanted some of these. 4 cost spell, Hammer Fist. Banish target enemy creature that has blocker. So it's like I hope that didn't pick that up. Okay. Um let's see now. It's like what is that 2 cost spell that I like so much? It kills blockers, but so it's like that spell. I'm so bad here. Choose one of your creatures that gets powerful attack plus 3,000. I was saying about powerful attack stacking. So this card is really interesting. It costs twice as much as the other one that kills blockers, but I don't see why you can't just run both. It's not Shield Break, which is kind of disappointing. I don't know. I'd try it out, definitely. Okay, 5 for 3,000 Drooling Worm. It's a rot worm. When this creature enters the battle zone, each player chooses and discards a card. Each player. Okay. So you're paying 5 for 3,000 and you have to discard a card when it comes into play. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's only a common, so what can you complain about it? But, mm, mm, I don't know. It's Rotworm, and I know there's a Rotworm evolution in this set, so you could play it as Rotworm bait, I guess, but it may be cheaper. Definitely cheaper alternatives. Okay, so I went 3 for 3. I thinking, just getting rares. It's alright. I don't really care or anything. I'm just happy to get some of these cards. Okay, 6 for 4,000. Leviathan. I don't like the Leviathans. They're just so heavy. They're too costly, and their effects, in my opinion, aren't worth it. But Queen Taniwa Leviathan. It's a blocker. It's a 4,000 blocker for 6. If this creature would be banished, return it to your hand instead. Yeah, I could see it being kind of cool. It has kind of a built-in effect like the I think it's Forklift Gargle. It's one of those gargles that bounces creatures back to your hand when they would be banished. I guess that's kind of cool. And it's a blocker, but it's 6 cost. I mean, it's gonna be hard to keep paying for that every turn. Okay, here's another Firebird. Umbra, 2 cost, Darkness Firebird. Okay, it has Dragon Song like all the other dragon birdie dragons. But also has Draco Thane's Envoy. All your dragons have Slayer. Okay, I think that is cool as heck, especially when like your dragon deck is facing somebody else's dragon deck, and it's just like, okay, well, whose deck is gonna reign supreme here, you know? And Slayer makes a huge difference. But it's just all your dragons. So I mean, you could play it even with the lower dragons. I mean, you could have any kind of dragon and just be like, "Hey, kill me, you die too." I mean, and the problem with some of these mid-level dragons is they're gonna have to take it out with one of their bigger creatures, and when they do, they're sacrificing their bigger creature to take it out. So I think that's really awesome. Either that or you go for attack with it and they block you with a Granger, and you're just like, "Bye, Granger." Bye. I mean, pretty much. So that's a pretty cool card. I'm happy to have that. Okay, this is pretty cool. Even though, as I was telling you earlier, how Skyforge champions have problems with evolutions because they're the cards they can evolve from are just really expensive. Um, 5 for 8,500 Aurora Valkyrie, or yeah, Skyforce champion evolution creature. Woo! I got an evolution. Evolution. Okay. Evolution. Put on one of your Skyforce champions. It's a blocker, 8,500 blocker. That's like almost Grandeur level. And it costs 1 less than it. That's ridiculous. Double breaker. Okay, so he's like Grandeur that can be a double breaker. Um, Whenever this creature wins a battle, you may draw a card. Wow. Wow. I mean, if you could just find a way to get him out cheaply, that is a hell of a card. I don't know why I'm whispering, but that is a heck of a card, dude. Very, very cool card. So happy to go into this. And the art is just like freaking Gundam Week awesome. Okay, last card. 6. Okay, no. This is. No, wait. Yeah, we already talked about this. Devouring Smog. I think we talked about this. I think we did. Let me just skim over stuff. Grudge Weaver, Gloom Tomb, boom, 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 boom. Did we not? I thought I had something. I was like, this is not that. This is not that awesome. No, it was Ensnare. Wow, this is very similar. They're they're both Shield Blast. They're both 6 cost. One says your opponent chooses one of his or untapped creatures, put it in the mana zone. The other one says your opponent chooses one of his or untapped creatures, banish it. Really, developers? What is with this? Your opponent gets to choose. Okay, one, it costs a huge amount. 2, your opponent gets to choose. What is with that? And what even think about this? This puts it into their mana, Ensnare does, which can actually be a benefit to them. This banishes it. Yet this is an uncommon and this is a rare. Wouldn't you think it'd be the opposite way, and this would be the uncommon and this would be the rare? You would think so, because I mean honestly, I think banishing it is a stronger effect than putting it in their mana, unless you're darkness, and then you can just bring it back and just like ha 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 ha. But still, I don't know. Okay, so I got some cool cards there. I'm gonna try to get some more, but like I said, I'm broke. Right now, I'm gonna open up Evo-Fury, and I definitely have to be precise with this because I want to put it on my wall, you know. And I don't know the next time I'll be able to buy a booster pack. Okay. Okay, cool. That actually worked out pretty well. Oh, I see one of my favorite cards already. Boom, 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 boom. Reap and sow. I love nature. This is nature's, you know, one of nature's main draw cards. So that's an amazing card. You know, draw. Look at the top 2 cards. Draw. Put one in your hand and put one in your mana zone. It gives you choice. First, you know, foremost, it gives you choice. Huge, awesome card. Definitely check out Reap and Sow. It's worth it. Helios rings. It's like the bigger one that costs 1 more that taps 3. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't play a lot of the tap cards, but I know Light has a lot of that kind of, you know, tap them then kill them, tap them then kill them. Especially if you have Granger in play, you know. So I mean, it's cool. It's Shield Blast, so you gotta love that. I don't know if I play it that much, but it's cool. Moon Howler Tribe, one of the best Beastkin evolution baits on the market. So, Beastkin, boom. Rapid Lurker, 5 for 4,000 blocker. This creature would be banished, returning to your hand instead. That sounds familiar. That sounds like the other card. That's all right. I think it's cool. It's cheaper than the other card though. It's 1 cheaper, which I think makes a huge difference actually. Cliff Cutter, 2 Dracon, Evo Inflamed. While you have an evolution creature in the battle zone, this creature gets plus 2,000 power. I've used this and I think it's pretty cool. Dracons, there's a ton of evolution. Fire creatures, there's a ton of evolutions out there. So, you know, this Cliff Cutter is, you know, very often, you know, pumped up. Okay. It messed that up. Okay. Well, I just saw what I was going to get. Okay, so let's do it slowly then. Okay. Prism Blade Enforcer, one of those cards. You know, I love that in the Evo-Fury set they started introducing these cards that was like, well, okay, it's 28 minutes. Holy crap. if you're gonna go mono colored, here's a bonus. So this card, if you're going mono light, the card to play, the card to play, the card to play. Locomotivator. Take what I just said and reverse it. I mean, other than it's like minor sometimes use, don't play this card. Don't play this card. Don't play this card. I mean, it will wreck your own deck. I mean, come on, really? I mean, actually, somebody posted a combo with it. Locomotivator with that one card that says whenever, I don't know what it is. Forget about it. Oldgate Knight of Shadow. Whenever one of your creatures is banished, untap this creature. I don't get it. Why would you? I mean, unless it's the second target of your opponent's attacks, you know, I don't know if that really serves that much of a purpose. Because you can't untap it during your turn. You can only untap it during your opponent's turn. Well, unless you banish it on your turn. I guess that's true. I guess you could attack with the 5,000, do something with it, and then attack with something wimpy that's going to be blocked or going to be killed or something. That's true, especially if you have Slayer on it. And then it would untap this. Okay, so it has its bonus. It's a rare. But look, 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 look. It's foily, it's foily, it's foily. Big hissy. What I was telling you about Fire Evolution. Boom. Boom. Ba-boom, ba-boom. This is cool. I actually have a playset of them, but I'm happy to get a, you know, a very rare. You know, I bought 4 packs. You're supposed to get a very rare or a super rare out of 3. So I hit the ratio. I'm in the video now because it's rapidly hitting 30 minutes right now, and I give everybody a hug for just sitting through this. Sorry I didn't get a super duper awesome wicked rare, super rare or something. But I'm just happy to get some of these cards. I'm gonna make another video pretty soon, like right after this. It's not gonna be so long. So I'm gonna see everybody later. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe to it. Uh, just watch my videos. I'm trying to link to other people's videos. My wall is progressing. My wall is progressing. And talk to you later. Kaijudo World. Kaijudo Rules. Kaijudo World. Yeah, bye.